I have a question.
Yeah.
I thought you and Vaughn were gonna make up on the
Cecil, was it you that came over? No, it wasn't you. It was Dan Frega who came over and said, Vaughn Coleman wants to talk to you. He's really scared of you. And he wants to come over and, have a chat and make things right. And so I said, that's great. That is really great. Like, yeah, he can do that. Tell him to come on over here. We'll have a little chit chat and everything will be okay. I was like, so Dan Frag is coming over here and saying
oh,
this to me.
okay.
And so I was
Well,
excited about it. I was like,
you
that's
came
great.
up to me at one point and said, "Dale, you know what? I'm open to forgiving a bunch of people," and you named Vaughn Coleman on it. And I
Yeah.
was like, and he's like, "Oh, does Ethan hate me?" I go, "Not at all. Actually, he just mentioned that, like." And then, like the next night, you were like, "He didn't sing Happy Birthday," and then he sent me a message. He's like, "I did sing Happy Birthday."
I didn't say that about Vaughn. I said that
You
about
did, you
Brian
did.
Crisco.
He showed me the clip, and you
Oh,
did.
did I
He's
say
like,
Vaughn
and
didn't
he's
sing Happy
yeah,
Birthday?
and he's like, "I did sing Happy Birthday." I don't know why he's saying this. I don't know why. And he's like,
Sing
really?
Happy Birthday. Everybody sing Happy
He's like,
Birthday.
I did, and he felt very hurt by that. And I was like, I go honestly, the last time, not that me and you discussed Vaughn Coleman ever, but fucking, you just mentioned like, oh, I'm open to like, I guess because I didn't realize you had just spoke to Frege, so that's probably
A
right.
lot of
I
this
will,
stuff
yeah,
happens. You make up like in person because it's like on the computer, people are scary and distant. But when you're actually face to face with someone, now I'm not somebody who's like
Vaughn's extremely shy though. He's
I
awkward.
understand that. I'm not somebody who's like it's like I don't have a problem with Vaughn Coleman. I barely know who he is. But apparently he does have a problem with me. Somebody actually told me that he's the one who leaked the audio, the Mandy audio,
Yeah.
which I heard that and I went, really? Like that was
What man? The
Vaughn?
audio.
The
The
interview that I
audio
had with or the conversation with
How the
Patrick and
fuck would he have access to that?
because they were in a private room together poisoning each other with stuff like that. So
Uh,
I don't know if that's true. If that's true, to me, that's unforgivable.
I don't.
But
I never even. That sounds a little.
I don't know. Hang on. What's more unforgivable, the guy dumping it or the guy recording it?
both of them, like to me, recording it is that's seriously you're out of here. Releasing it is also even if you didn't like, I would hope that it was Phil that released it because he's the guy that recorded it, evidently. So if he released it, that'd be cool. At least it was one guy doing it. But if it was him and then some other creeps involved who also were like peddling it, that's like that's you spread the unforgivableness around there, which doesn't make me too happy. But no, at the Garden State Comic Fest, like I was just kind of like, yeah, if Vaughn comes over here and wants to talk about whatever, like, hey man, there was a misunderstanding. I thought this, I thought that, and you did
Okay.
this, said
I
this.
think he thought you were gonna call him from for a sit down or something. From the way, like, I think that's what he thought because he was like,
Everybody's
I
nuts.
guess Frege. I didn't know about the Frege thing,
Yeah.
but I remember you just out of the blue saying to me like, "Hey, you know what, man? Like, I'm in a good mood, and I think like some people like Vaughn." So when he's like, "Oh, does Ethan hate me?" I was like, "Actually, no." He just said like, "Oh, he's open," and then you guys never spoke, and then the next night you were like, you know,
I
fucking.
my feeling is, yeah, I was like, well, Fraga told me that on behalf of Vaughn. That's what I thought, and I like Fraga was feeling out like, can Vaughn come over here and talk to you? I was like, you tell him, yes, come over here, and I was bragging about it. I think on one of Abra was recording me, and I was like, things are going to get better. We're going to talk things out. We're going to see what we can do. Vaughn Coleman might come over here. We're going to talk it out. We'll see if we can repair some damage and some hurt feelings. And I was waiting for it, and it just didn't happen. And so I thought that maybe Fraga made that up.
No,
And
like,
maybe you should go
can
over
I
there. And
say
he said, "Fuck that."
from what I know of Vaughn, like you were like one of his heroes. Like, I like Vaughn. He's I have a protective instinct for he would be one of my if I had a kid, it would be his age. You know what I mean? So I'm like you. It's like he's probably younger than your son. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. There's just like I don't know. I think he was, but he sent me the next day. He was like, I thought we were gonna make up, and now him and John are making fun of me, and I just never respond. I just never even responded to the DM. Honestly, no offense, Vaughn, if you're listening, I never responded to your DM because I'm just like I don't want to get in the middle of shit That's not who I am.
Well, I'm
if I'm in
always,
a DM group where shit's going on like this, I just remove myself from it. Like I don't
There's
want.
a good saying. There's a good saying, Vaughn. If you're listening, don't start shit, and there won't be any shit.
well, that a lot of people like. I know
like the heat and the drama and they get caught up. Kelsey was in it. Like people, you build yourself up to a few, and it's like I've had situations where people like think like fucking John and Ethan are the goddamn Satan, and I'm like, dude, you understand they don't think about you at all? I'm like, I hate to fucking break it to you. Like, I talk to them. They know your name has never come up, and you think they're like plotting like chess pieces
stuff, but
a lot of people think like that you and John are like moving chess pieces around the board, and I'm like, dude, I don't mean to say this. I don't mean to say this to hurt your feelings. You're not that important to people.
Cecil, that sounds like a guilty conscience.
What?
What you just said, thinking people were moving chess pieces.
No, I think people just have to have like, hey, maybe if things aren't going well, it has to be a dark force working against them or something.
Well,
you know
everybody is the hero of their own story. Everybody is the star. They don't realize that it's like, you have
everybody's the good guy in the movie about them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
and like somebody like Vaughn or like Phil Diaz or like Patrick Thomas Parnell, like they have main character syndrome. They think they're the main character in a story, but I'm the main character in the story, and they are, they're like sort of extras that are in the backdrop. Like that's kind of like how I see it. Now, if you come up to me and you're nice and you want to be a part of my story, my amazing drama, then we can talk about it. But Cecil, I don't think about these people at all.
I try to explain.
I think about you and Shane and John
in the nicest way possible. I try to explain something to him. I'm like, I know you think like John and Ethan are sitting around like a big board where they're moving pieces with your faces on. They never bring you up. They never think about in their personal life. They don't think about you. Like, but that doesn't even enter their mind. Like, it's like they don't give a shit. It's like, well, they said this on air, and it's like, yeah, we're just
fucking around. If ever,
we're talk for 5 hours, shit's gonna come up. But I'm like, if you think there are dark forces working against you, and it's John Malin and like, it's not like it's, I try to, I've said this 1,000 times to people because they're just like, I don't understand. These guys are fucking out to get me, and I'm like, they're not. I'm like, they're legitimately not.
No, like if I could have my way, everybody would get along. Like it's as simple as that. If I could have my way, like Vaughn Coleman would have come over and said, hey man, misunderstandings and stuff. I wonder if there's any way to make it right. And I would have been like, yes, this is great. Absolutely. Let's go get a beer. It's like,
he was a little shy. I think maybe I didn't know about the Frege conversation. If I did, maybe I would say, hey, you go over and say hello to him or whatever. It's all very gay. I just don't even like. I just don't even like being involved. Like I said, when I see gossip and shit, if I'm in a DM group, I kind of just drop out of it. I'm like, I just don't even want to. I'd rather not know than have to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, I get it. I understand how things are.